What's up? What's
Button
up?
in effect. Our brethren's still down and out. Hopefully, he's on the mends and taking a deserved break and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with him, man. He's getting that rest in.
Okay.
So hopefully he'll be joining
Okay.
us next week.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother's doing good. He's doing better.
Good. Good. Good.
Just
Good. Good.
you know, a lot of shit going on in life.
Yeah. I'm not on that Pedialyte this week, So yeah, we good.
Man, I had to take my lady to the ER or the urgent care yesterday.
Okay.
Her
Oh,
heart was bothering her. They
She
said
good?
they think she might have angina.
Oh fuck.
well,
Okay.
isn't angina a symptom and not a diagnosis?
I do not know. I had to keep the little one outside. But yeah, I think it is. I think you're right.
Yes, it's a symptom.
Oh,
Hey
all
man,
right.
we can let it rip. Whatever, man. Whatever.
All right. Welcome back. You're now rocking with the best. Free BMD. Youngstown Zone. Yeah. Joined by Ed J. Aduma. And I'm here about Smoke Man. This week, shit, we missing the homeboy, man, the Big Cuddy.
Yeah.
Brother man is down for the count for this week, man. He's feeling a little under the weather. And shit, we still gonna rock on, man. With him in our hearts. You know what I mean? That's what we gonna do this. My intro sucks.
All right, man. You got the energy, baby. You got the energy.
Yeah. But we gonna get it in. We gonna get it in regardless, man. That's how we do.
Yes,
For
sir.
real.
Yes,
Big
sir.
shout out to DJ Top Choice, man, the Ruck for making the beat. Everybody that got something to do with this show, all our influences. The motherfucking Kid Capri,
Yeah.
DJ LOH,
Yeah.
motherfucking everybody else.
Oh, the new subs, man. Subs.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the new
Subs.
subscribers, man, for real.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they definitely blessed us this week with another dirty dozen or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, good looking out, man. Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
share,
If you
subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Subscribe.
yes, sir. Yeah, if you dig the content, man, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, we got this QR code up here in the top corner. So please send us your EVM compatible tokens. Ethereum, Binance, Harmony, all them networks and shit, man. We accept it all. So please, yeah, shoot it our way and help support the channel a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Should we get into let's see.
You gotta bring us back up on the screen.
Oh shit. Yeah. My bad. I'm fucking
go.
up. Yeah, I'm fucking
Hey,
up
man, I don't
bad.
know what's going on with your internet or your mic. You sound like Max Headroom.
Yeah, he's starting to pixelate on the audio tip.
Yeah, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can cut this video and maybe it'll run better. I'm down in my brother's basement and things ain't working out too well.
The dungeon, baby. You're down in the dungeon.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sorry, man. We rock anywhere from the car to the hotel room. We get it in wherever. Shouts out to Cat Daddy. We do what we do.
Yeah, but the Cat Daddy couldn't join us for the show either.
Nah, he on location, man. He on location.
That's it. All right. Shit, what's going on with you guys, man?
Hey, man, it's only Tuesday, so we just still trying to push it through the week, man. That's all. Just trying to make it happen. It's only Tuesday, even though our theme music say it's Friday. But it's Tuesday. It's Friday in our hearts.
We've been working all day.
Oh shit, man! You guys been checking out that crypto?
Dude, I haven't had time to do too much shit, but go to the gig and watch the back of my eyelids, man. I'm still on the men's. What's up, man? We doing good? Or what's up?
Oh fuck no, man.
Slow
Fuck
go.
no.
Okay,
Bro, everything
It's
is
getting.
down in the
I
dumps.
think I saw. Yeah, I did. I checked my Binance joint this morning. Yep, you're right. You are absolutely right. I was looking at it. I was like, hold on. That number used to damn near be double.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, Bitcoin is taking a huge market downturn, man. And this might be extremely bad for the country and the world. Because you got to think over the last couple of years, large financial institutions, along with governments, have been buying Bitcoin and putting it on their balance sheet.
Yep.
And now the stock market and Bitcoin are really tightly intertwined, and one's driving the other one down.
Here we go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we might see some ugliness coming up.
This might be that little, that one strand that got pulled. You know what I mean? And then everything else just start unraveling.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, on the low, a lot of folks put this, put a lot of money into Bitcoin in name, that name only, and was like, we could park it here because it was doing great.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be around forever, man. But this price fluctuation, man, fucking 52% in 6 months.
You gotta have a strong stomach and a nice little nest egg to play this game.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to, suck it up and be like, hey, the roller coaster, you just ain't gonna get all the, you're gonna get the ups and the downs.
So,
yeah, man.
Yeah. So yeah, we got that. We got some Jewish holidays coming up on the 14th, I believe. So
we shall see.
Yeah. That's when a lot of these large Jewish run banks will start pulling their money or throwing money into the market around these holidays. So that might be what's turning this market a little fucked up too, is that it's all happening at the same time.
Yeah, but it's still too early, for the market to dip like that before the holiday. It's still not a good sign, not a good indicator.
No, not at all.
Yeah, when you said that, I was probably just trying to, save face. When you said, did you check what you call it, man? I checked, in the morning. And I see the numbers.
Yeah. It's ugly.
Mm-hmm.
It is ugly. Oh, I got Los Gatos in my room, man. Hold on, let me get this damn cat out of here. All right, man. Yeah, man. Big things happened this week. The big homie.
Yeah, man. Your pick, son. I'm no smoke, man. You're not up.
Yeah. Here, let me.
Yeah, we got the white.
There you go.
Man.
Yeah.
There he is. Yeah, man. Lead us in with the new news. Not always the good news, but it's always something.
Unfortunately, the big homie Kevin Samuels passed away at the age of 56 while performing sexual intercourse with a significantly younger and very attractive young lady who snatched the soul out of his body with her pussy.
Wow. I knew you was going to take it there, man. You said that. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, man, it's true. It's true. That pussy's cursed. That's a haunted pussy from now on. She took out one of the...
That's the blessed. That's the blessing. That's how you want to go out.
Yeah.
Fuck that going to sleep. Nah, it was so peaceful. Nah,
he went out with a thrust.
Brought you in, take you out.
How he died on top of me.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's crazy, man. That's that caption you got up there, man. Rachel cardiovascular health on a scale from 1 to 10. That's cold-blooded, bro.
That's cold.
That's cold, man.
I know.
That's that silent killer, man. But we gotta wait. I don't know if they're gonna do all the the autopsy report and all that stuff, because what's that? If you mix in Viagra with other meds and shit or whatever, it can simulate a heart attack. You have to know, you have to know exactly what you're taking.
Yeah. And this something similar happened to what's it, not Odell Beckham. What was the one who was married to that Kardashian? The one who looked like a shaved wolf.
Oh, Odom.
Yeah, Lamar Odom. Yeah, the same thing happened to him when he was out in the bunny ranch, man. He was he was taking them Vigors and them dick hardeners and fucked this shit up, and then it ran through his pockets. You got to be real careful fucking around with them drugs, man. I mean,
wasn't Odom taking cocaine too, though, or smoking?
He was on a bender, man.
Base?
Yeah, he was on a bender.
Okay,
yeah, he was on a bender. He pretty much is
cocktail.
Yeah, he left the credit card out there and was just like just show mercy,
right?
Just make sure you do me right, and he pretty much just, that was like a farewell, type deal. He went out.
Yeah, but this Kevin Samuel's death made me think about a lot of stuff, because I've known a few people recently who've had heart issues. It seems like there's been a significant uptick in people with heart conditions after this pandemic. And I don't know if, one of the side effects of having COVID is it fucks up people's hearts. I mean, it happened to one of my family members, a couple of my friends. This COVID has some lingering effects, and I wonder if maybe Brother Samuel's here might have contracted COVID or something like that, and it took a little toll on his heart.
I believe he did.
Wow. Wow. And that probably might be it, man. I mean, especially in the Black community, COVID's been a death sentence. Guys just trying to shake it off, and just thinking they could get rid of it with some tussin. And how we are about going to the hospital or to the doctor. As long as we can walk, we are right. But then that COVID hit, you ain't about walking. You can't breathe.
I met a young guy about 22 years old, and when I met him, he said it had been 6 or 8 weeks since he had COVID, and he had said he started going back to the gym. He works as a correctional officer.
Yeah,
and he was like he wasn't even back to 80% yet.
Yeah,
that was 6 to 8 weeks later.
Yeah,
and I mean, you could see it in his eyes. His eyes look strained.
Yeah,
that stressed, tired look. That's man.
It's
bad for
one of those, man. You just in the thick of it, you can't get enough rest.
No,
you know what I mean. Seriously, I mean, I never felt that bad. I mean, I was like, dude, I don't want to do nothing but just lay in like a specific position and just be. You know what I mean? It was just one of those like, oh my God, this stuff will sideline your ass.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got it. You know what I mean? There's no sugarcoating it or whatever. You get it, and I'm thankful that I didn't get it as bad as most. But that motherfucker hit. It hit. Day 3, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. But I'm thankful that I didn't get it like others. To the point where they are like, dude, they in the hospital, man. They on that machine.
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter. Sometimes it does with the weight and pre-existing conditions and all that stuff. But a lot of folks, people who work in the hospital, doctors, nurses or whatever, were falling out.
Mm-hmm.
I lost 2 cousins back in December, within a week and a half of each other. A mother and a son. My third cousins.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, I'm curious to see how this shakes out, man.
So are they doing an autopsy?
Who knows, man? It's crazy because they said his mother didn't know until she found out online.
Yeah. So what happened? Was old girl the old girl just tweet this shit out like
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. Seriously, I don't even know. I just saw what old Painless sent us with the old boy. Charleston White or whatever. And then I was like, hold on, what? Who is he talking about?
Yeah.
And then I went and and Googled Kevin Samuels, and it said that TMZ popped up and said that he had passed. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
And man, Drews hit me up like late that night and was like, "Hey man, you get this?" And I'm thinking it's a hox,
right?
Because
right,
I thought it was too.
He's on a lot of people hit lists, well, a lot of females hit lists, and I don't get the, even if you don't like the person, I don't wish death on anybody. Just go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of females was, were saying, that's just, the karma coming back on him. I was like, but he never wished death on anybody.
Never.
He just told you about yourself.
Well, he did say, get a dog and die alone, but he didn't say die right now or you deserve death.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like, if you don't want to make these changes, you don't want to do this work,
right?
Don't call me to talk to me.
And that's the
thing. These people are calling
him.
Yeah.
He was working with men primarily for 5 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And his body of work was impeccable. I mean, he helped bring a lot of people together to get married.
Dude,
that were not going to do it.
Yeah, me and Tank were just talking before the show, saying that he coined the phrase "high value man."
High value man, yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's his legacy. He brought that up to the forefront and pretty much told females in general, y'all on notice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like certain dudes have standards. And if you don't hit these criteria, you need not apply.
Yeah, or more importantly, like, hey man, take a look at yourself. You ain't bringing shit to the table.
That's it.
Besides some old, baggage. Let me just
say nice save, baby. Nice save, baby. Way to clean that up. Woo, I didn't know where you was going with that one.
Man, nice where I was going, man. I'm in the house of a Christian.
Gotcha. I gotta respect the four walls and the roof, Try to clean it up a little bit, Don't want no bad juju in the house. Yes, sir.
Oh man, but yeah. I mean, but he was keeping it real, man. I mean, if you ain't bringing nothing but attitude, kids from another marriage, and a little bit of weight and some nonsense, like you gonna have to settle. You gonna have to get a regular motherfucker because you a regular chick.
That's the genius of him, how he made them admit that they are basic. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that. He was like, dude, for your criteria, this is what you're able to afford. This is what you get with 3 kids.
I think they
2
really
baby daddies. You know what I mean?
Really hated with his latest proposition. Well, I don't even want to call it a proposition, but supposition in their positions, a lot of their position is to share.
Yeah.
And he's biblically based. Some people might argue his lifestyle versus his conviction, right? But I don't get into that. But I will say this, like, I grew up biblically based. So I know that it says in the last days that 7 women would take hold to one man and none would be any more willing to let go than the other. I mean, when I was 18 years old, going off to college, when I got a letter from Hampton, my dad said, definitely not. I said, why not? He said, because the ratio is 14-1, black females to male. He said, that means you could have at least 7 girlfriends on different parts of campus that don't even know each other. He said, I'm not sending you there.
Daddy know.
That's not happening.
Daddy know. You're like, don't walk in my shoes. You ain't walking in my shoes, pretty much. I know which way you going. So yeah, that ain't it.
Look, I could talk about this guy for a while because I just rekindled my interest in watching his podcast or live streams rather, and he did one not too long ago, maybe a week or so prior to his passing. He mentioned Eartha Kitt, and he showed some footage. I was blown away with this man's keenness of analysis of personalities. This woman actually said that she wasn't looking to fall in love with a man to live the rest of her life only. She wanted a man that was in love with her, being in love with herself, and experiencing her loving herself.
What?
Hey, man, just dress like a cat and talk like a cat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Like I said, man, she was in position to call those shots, though.
And that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not even her. That's what he was saying.
Got it. See what I'm saying? I know where he goes. You know, it makes to us he makes sense, and that's why
if she couldn't
females,
keep one,
you know, they
weren't
hate
putting
watching
up with that from her.
Yeah,
you don't have a chance. You don't have a
right.
chance.
And all he's doing is giving them facts. They just don't want to, you know, apply them. You know, he's not making none of this stuff up. He's giving them hard data. You know, he was like, dude, I've been doing this. You know, again, we remember when we first started talking about him, he broke down the chick or whatever, like, you know, what's your age? You know, how many kids do you have? How many, you know, baby dads and all that stuff or whatever. And he systematically broke the chick down. It was like, did I say anything false? Yep. I'm just telling you what's out there. You know what I mean? I'm not being malicious or anything. I'm just trying to tell you this is what you can afford. You know, like you go to a credit union. They were like, this is how much you got. This is how much you earn. This is what you're able to get. That's it. You know? And again, like you said, these girls, they call him. He's not calling females. They're calling into him to seek advice because what they're doing ain't working.
Yeah. And the majority of them didn't want to take any advice.
No. I seen them get mad and they were like, look, this is what I'm talking about. You're not, he was like, you're not even listening. Like, and I felt it because he was like, I'm giving you all these statistics and all these hard facts, and it's going right over your head. So the conversation, he'll kill the conversation. You know.
Here's a point of kind of controversy. I hate to bring it up, but we're dealing with facts and truth. Man, he exposed the intellectual deficit on a different level, man. And I don't want to say too much because it's quite embarrassing. It's just like, you know, we grew up in the same city. I don't know if you two ever experienced this, but I know I did on multiple occasions. You try to compliment a person or play to their positive features or traits, characteristics, and the intellectual deficit is so great that they feel like you insulted them. And the more you try to placate the ego, the more rah-rah they want to get, not understanding that they can get these hands.
It's not even that. Like you said, you gave them a compliment or whatever, but because they're not familiar with those words.
There you go.
It comes
and
off
rather
foreign.
Than say, what's that mean?
Right.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Right.
They want to, what
Take
you say, what?
Disrespect, you know. Like that was that one bit Kevin Hart has when he said, you know, you came across, you didn't use all these big words. So I'm going to take that as disrespect.
Yeah.
And that's the conversation.
That's a lot of what was going on, man.
Yeah.
A lot.
It was like,
I mean,
go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, man, we grew up in a very, very toxic and negative place. And a lot of times when somebody was throwing a compliment at you, man, it was followed up by an insult. Yeah. You know, like that was how I led into most of my fucking roasts. You
Facts.
So, you know, I get it. Yeah, I get it, man. Them shoes is beautiful, man. Where you get them from? You know, that type of shit.
Yeah,
and next thing you know, you hit them with something.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, you should have got them shits out of layaway before they went out of style or some shit. You know, and it just like I get it.
Yeah.
But it's a different conversation, like Jay was saying. You know, when you're trying to talk to a lady and she's just not there mentally, and he said it is embarrassing that you can't even give a compliment. You know what I mean? Or just have you know, just a basic conversation on, you know, just your everyday shit. You know, they just caught up in all this. You know, I'm this bad bitch, and you know, pretty much nothing else matters. And, you know, and Kevin broke all that stuff down. It was like, you know, you're gonna be, you know, pretty much, you know, as MTR always say, you know, you're gonna be not necessarily for the streets, but for the intergalactic highway. You know, that's where you're gonna be. But you know, rest in power, Mr. Samuels, man.
Rest in power.
You served the purpose, man.
Yeah, I didn't agree with everything the brother said, but most things he was
dead on. You know,
hey, man, we might not agree with him yet, man. We're not at that age yet.
And that's a fact too. Good point.
Yeah, because a lot of times, man, you know, you grow into that shit.
Yes.
And you understand what the hell these old heads were talking about before.
Yes.
You know, I find myself in that position a lot lately. Just looking back, like I see what my old man said. I see what, you know, my uncles were telling me.
Right.
You know, and I didn't see it that way when I was 20.
Yeah.
You know, you had one thing on your mind, brother, at that time.
Yeah.
You know, it was a seek and destroy mission. You know what I mean? You was a soldier all the way around. You know, but
they used to tell us what you haven't passed is still up the road.
Yeah.
Just keep living.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole, you know, keep the sun in your face.
Oh, you disagree
keep the sun
with
in
me?
your face.
Just keep living.
Yeah.
Keep waking up every day.
Right. Like you know, I was young, you know, you was never old, you know. Right. So you need to, you know, trust and believe. You know, I've been down and around. I've seen it. You know, there's just a new spin on it. You know, these old heads, man, they didn't have the, you know, the cars, the money, the girls, all that stuff. And you see these cats are settled the hell down. You know what I mean? In a smooth routine. And I get it. It makes fucking sense, man. It's fucking peaceful. You know. Living all this toxicity and all this you know, this back and forth bullshit.
Man. Brother Kevin leaves a big hole to fill, man. Big shoes to fill. He leaves a hole in the social media space, man, for people to talk like this.
For men, certainly, but you know, on the next segment, whatever, somebody who's coming in, like I said, I'm putting it out there first, or whatever. She's the female version of Kevin Samuels, that Ms Love Dorsey.
There's also O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to him. You know, he was part of, like, I don't want to say Kevin's crew, but he was a part of a crew of men that were bonding together to push the same values and the same
defeat these evil hoes.
Yeah. But that's just it. But what you call it? Miss Dorsey is coming from a female perspective, but yet that same Kevin swag, as far as, you know, she doesn't hold back. She give it to you raw, uncut, and pretty much, you know, tell you exactly how it is, you know, and it's refreshing as hell. So, like I said, man, there's other folks out there, and I swear, I know she got next. She got next.
You sent me a clip of old girl, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Let me see if I can get that.
I had seen her times before, and I knew the name sounded familiar. But when I started to watch the clips, and I went back to the one, I want to say it was like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
She was talking about the ones that on government assistance, so they got to keep the man away, and then that stuff goes deep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's right, LOH.
That's right.
Hey, let me share this clip of old girl. Here, let's see if we can get this to play.
I hope it does.
All right.
Language warning. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, definitely. But
she keeps it raw.
Yeah, we could recap on the back end.
Yeah. And, yeah, this shit ain't playing.
It ain't gonna play.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll get it to play.
All right. But yeah, man, like I said, I stumbled upon her like months ago, and was like, who is this chick? And I just couldn't stop watching her. You know what I mean? I went down a damn rabbit hole following this lady, and it was just like, oh wow. And she break down, like, you know, just her personal situation, you know, friends, family, and we all can relate. You know what I mean? And she give it from, you know, her, you know, brother's perspective, you know, a guy's perspective, somewhat, just all around, man. It's well, she's very well rounded.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I got to check her out, man, because I didn't see that clip yet. It's coming. It's coming.
Okay. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's just that little piece or whatever. And I was like, this is pretty much the essence of this lady right here. This little clip. And I was like, anybody, like I said, look her up. Like, share, subscribe. Follow this lady because she got next, man. Big fan, big fan of Ms Love Dorsey.
Crazy because I be telling people, and this really like it bothers them. A lot of people will cry when I really break this down to them, but I explain like if you got children, as adolescents, we get to a certain age and we realize like our parents really didn't have it figured out. Like they were just doing the best they can. And it's like when you realize that, that's when you start listening to people in the world. You know how you see an 18, 19-year-old and they stop listening to mama said do this or your daddy said, and they start really just doing their own thing. And we look at it as defiance. But that's that moment when it click in their mind that, especially for urban people, my mama ain't got no bunch of generational wealth. She ain't got no bunch of money. If I needed a rack right now to do something, or if I wanted a car or to borrow 10,000, she ain't got it. So really, all the shit she was telling me was just her surviving day to day. I got to get out here in the world and figure this shit out. And then we realized like we wasn't taught stress management. We never had no conversations about how emotions will life up if you make decisions based. This is stuff that we wasn't taught. We taught how to cook, clean, match up your clothes, make sure your drawers clean, don't leave out the house without brushing your teeth, shit like that. But nobody said like you could be going through a heartbreak in a relationship and be overwhelmed with emotion, but you still got to take your ass to work. And if you go to them people's job acting crazy, they will fire your ass. You won't be able to pay your bills. As your mama, I don't got no money to pay your bill. You will be homeless. You have to come back here. People will start judging you because you live at home. Like nobody's saying this shit. Nobody's saying like, if you don't have credit, you're going to have to work your ass off to buy everything because people are going to look at you like if you ain't got the money, you ain't got nothing. This is just the real shit that's just not being taught. Everybody, I think we on a wave right now, like entrepreneurship. And I think what people ain't telling us neither is like opening up a business and celebrating an LLC or a flyer you made saying your building is now open. That ain't shit. You're supposed to celebrate the numbers when you actually bringing in some revenue. We have grand openings and we celebrating the idea that we went and got some debt. We ain't, you know what I mean? Like, and nobody's saying like, hey, good job on becoming an entrepreneur, but until you make back what you just put in, you ain't accomplished shit. That's just a facade you created in your mind that you're now some sort of boss. You know, everybody online, I'm a boss, bitch. I got a hair salon. I'm a boss. I got my own music label. I own my own music. Ain't nobody buying that shit. So you ain't making you a boss of what? Nothing. But this is the stuff that's like not being told to us. So, for me, I'm locked in on that. I'm locked in on like the real shit that's not being said and spoken on. So
there it is, man. Ms Love Dorsey.
Interesting. Okay.
That part about 18, 19 years old, and all of a sudden you pretty much like, I can't, I'm not, pretty much feeling my parents or whatever, you know what I mean? Like she said, because she realized, they didn't have their shit together. They don't have this shit figured out. You know what I mean? So who do I really lean on?
Yeah.
It's just that realization, like, dude, I gotta go it alone a little bit right now. You know what I mean? It's like, shit, I don't want to do what you doing. I love you, but I don't want this situation. I want more, and that resonated with me right there. That clicked. It wasn't like she said, they take it as being defiance. It's like, nah, they just realizing like, dude, if I get jammed up, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucked. I'm on my own. That's all.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the things that happens in the Black community more than anything else. Like, our parents have, like, they have this rule, like at 18, you got to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
That is something you don't see in any other culture.
Man.
None.
Especially not in Asian or African culture.
Yeah.
Or Latino.
Here in America, man, if you Black, your parents would be like at 18 or like, yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. And that's it. Don't come back unless we get along.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up because growing up, and I know we've all experienced this where we see our white counterparts get their college paid for.
Yeah.
They make sure the kids stay at home until they've got their own place, and then when it's time to get their own place, they'll put a down payment on a house.
That's the wedding gift. Maybe a house. But go ahead, continue. Yeah.
I mean, they always have their backs, and they don't go to banks; they go to their family when it comes to getting cash. Like I had a homeboy. When we were in our early 20s, old boy gets married, and his grandparents cut him a check for 50 grand.
Damn.
Yeah. And it put old boy in business. Put a down payment on his house, and he was set. He was running.
Yeah.
And maybe we had that in some form or fashion, but it wasn't that big. But the overall feeling that I got growing up was, at 18, you're pretty much
done
on your own. My family didn't do that to me, but I saw it happen a lot. It's just it creates this cycle of poverty, man.
What about the kids that grew up with their parents putting the utilities in their name?
That part too, man.
Yeah. Your credit fucked up, and you ain't even 18.
Yeah.
And then what's crazy is their credit as being fucked up is better than someone with no credit at all, which was me, because I knew jack squat about credit cards or credit, how to get it, how to apply for it.
Yeah. I mean, they sent us off, like they said, like Tank said, they were done. Like you got acceptance to what school? Yeah, I'm done with you. That financial aid, all that stuff, that's on you.
Yeah.
You need a loan, that's on you. You need a car, that's on you.
And that's a heavy topic to tackle. I mean, I'm glad you brought it up, but man, we have to do a whole.
Yeah, we could do a whole segment
show
just
on that,
on how we pretty much just get cut off without the financial back. Like, dude, like seriously, when did you learn how to write a check? Seriously, what age?
Yeah.
Who sat you down and taught you how to write a check? Basic stuff, but they sent your ass out there into the world like, hey, go make it happen. Either you going to school or you going to the service.
Yep.
Right.
That was it. It was like, there's no more layaway. Nobody's worrying about if you ate today. You grown now. And like Tank said, they just cut your ass off. When they done with the legal obligation by law in our community, they're like, you grown. You know what? As a matter of fact, I have folks like, you need to take yourself down to them people and get on assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Not
not
go get financial aid or whatever. Yeah, go out there, and get on.
Do what you got to do.
That part too. That part too.
And looking back on life, it's like, I've been out the house, a long time, 40 some years old now. But how much time do you really get to yourself being an adult, before your parents have to move back in, or before you have to move back home to take care of your parents? It could have been a system in place the whole time, and now you sent off into your own life that could be miles away from your family, like half a world away from your family. And then somebody gets sick.
Yep.
And then, where grandma gonna stay at?
Yep.
And then all of her assets go to a nursing home or something.
Yeah.
And that kills generational wealth. So, and that's another thing. Estate planning for Black families is not a thing. Yeah.
We plan for everything. We plan for parties. We plan for, Cat Williams coming into town. But
I just learned about trusts a few years ago.
Yeah.
And then I was recently working at. When I applied, I had a conversation with the HR specialist. Mm-hmm. She is a former banker. And I asked her some questions about my paycheck and how it had to be done. I asked if I could come in as a contractor. She said, well, we're a contractor, so we can't hire you as an EIN and I was like, she's like, does that make sense? I was like, it does, but it doesn't. I was like, because legally you still could, but I get what you're saying as far as your business arrangement. Long story short, she was like, well, that's smart. You have a trust, blah, blah, blah. Most people don't know that. So something happens to you. She was like, if you just have a will, she was like, they're going to hold up the money for your insurance and everything for weeks. She said, but if you have a trust, it's already expressed. She's like, everything's coming through faster. Everything's paid for. Everything's taken care of if you have insurance, etc. And she was saying she watched for years, which is why she left her banking job. how they would just steal people's money. And these people don't understand the state. The word state is short for estate. It's a larger estate. The citizens are supposed to be the beneficiaries. But for example, if you get charged with something in court, they're going to take your exemption and switch out for their liability. That's why you have to pay the charges. These things were not taught, and it's a part of civics. And then immigrants come over, they teach them, they train them in these things. And then they look at us, so-called black people, which is a misnomer. Another conversation another day. But these are all connected. This isn't it's not incidental, it's not coincidental, it's not accidental. It's very intentional, very, very, very targeted and aimed. So,
yeah, man. I mean, it's just black folks in general think talking about, final wishes and what you call a planning is like bringing it on.
Superstition.
They superstitious.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk
Right.
about that. We ain't got to talk about that right now. Like, well, why not? You on death's door, damn it. When?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I saw. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, we all have this perception of time and life in general, and we don't think of it as a cycle where you're born and then you die and then something else comes after you. It's nobody thinks about the finality of life as we know it coming to an end, and it will. And it'll happen sooner than you think. You know, and we all need to get our shit together. And it's one of those things that it's missing from our community, big time.
Definitely. It should be like quarterly conversations. Every 3 months.
It should darn near be curriculum.
It should be
curriculum somewhere. I saw a powerful TikTok the other night, and I know that sounds funny probably to some people, but this man asked his white friend. He said, "What would you tell black people?" He said, "If black people would go out and get life insurance policies, upwards of $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, he said that would stop police brutality." He said because insurance companies hate to pay out.
How crazy is that?
When he said that, chills ran down my spine because the last year and a half, I've been asking people questions that I never even thought to ask about life insurance. Like, what type of life insurance should I get? What's the kind that you can use as like your own personal bank? You can borrow from it, put back into it, that you don't, and then it doesn't lose any value. And I remember at certain jobs I had, I would hear people of other ethnic groups talking. You walk in on a conversation, they're talking about they took money out their insurance policy to fix their house before it even fell apart, and they had to pay a deductible and things like that. And I'm like, you can do that?
Yeah, a lot of folks would take their money out and cancel that policy, like you said, and put it towards their retirement. And be like, well, my kids don't need that much money because they just got married, and now they have their own policies in place, and they will take that money and put it back towards their retirement. Like you said, they will borrow against that or sell their policy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do not have that kind of conversations in our community about stuff like that. Like estate planning.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, just make sure so and so get my Cadillac. And,
you hope I die soon? That what you're saying?
Like, get my brother my Jordan collection.
Right.
Hey man,
that's estate planning.
My grandfather was on death's door. He had terminal cancer. He was in a hospital bed, hooked up to tubes and all kinds of shit. Like it was hospice. Brother still didn't want to talk about his funeral planning. It's like you ain't getting up.
You're not leaving this place, bro. You're not leaving. You're leaving. I'm sorry, granddaddy, but you're leaving feet first. That's it. You're leaving feet first.
Hey, man,
and what you want to do? You want open, close, cremation? What do you want? Don't you speak that on my life? Dude. You know,
Hey,
you
man,
about an hour right now.
Sad.
I did a lot of years in emergency services, and I could tell you, the majority of people that died that I saw die had a surprised look on their face. That's no joke. I mean, just motherfuckers couldn't believe it was happening. You know,
Hey, yeah. Get your situation together, man. PSA from 3PMD. Get your shit together, man, for your family. And that helps. And again, we talk about generational wealth, life insurance policy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Somebody croak, that will really elevate your family out.
Yeah. And stop spending money on funerals.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I'm telling you, stop spending money on funerals.
Stuff ever.
Man.
You know, one of the things I've been thinking about a lot lately, as I'm getting rid of a lot of my shit, preparing to leave out the country, is the majority of the things you only have because somebody is selling it and they've convinced you that it's something that you need.
Facts.
You know, none of this shit you need. None of this shit. Come on, man. You know, we really need to get our shit together. Stop collecting this bullshit. And especially, you know, when it comes to funerals, the only reason why they got them gold-plated caskets and shit like that is because they can convince you that that's what your dead family member needs.
Yeah. Ain't never had nothing that damn shiny ever. But yet, the last hurrah, you got to lace them.
Make sure there's flowers everywhere. I want roses thrown in the casket. I want roses all up and down it. Get the fuck out of here.
In the middle of January.
Yeah.
You died in January, sir.
You know how hard it is to break ground in fucking January? You're supposed to put this, you know, this vessel that's embalmed or whatever in this hole. Okay.
It's a taxidermy body, man. Like,
hey, man. Yeah, I know your thoughts and feelings on the whole deal and how much, like you said, man, it's just over the top. But people have if
they only knew what was under the ground waiting for that 12 gauge steel.
We know, man, but it's just certain people way of saying their final goodbye and they want to go all out. But yet again, I feel the same way about weddings, that and funerals, you know, over the damn top for what?
Yes.
For what?
Yeah.
Why?
You celebrating ending of life, you know?
Yeah.
Spend $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 on a wedding and get divorced in 6 months.
Man, say less. They was spending $10,000 something on a damn cake. A cake.
Yeah.
Are you crazy? A cake? Yeah. Okay. But that's a subject for another day, man. But
just because people sell them, man. Yeah, it's just because people sell them and they convince you. This fucking reason why we wear shoes. You know,
not just shoes, but name brands shoes, man.
No, man, shoes,
designer
shoes. You don't need shit on your feet. There's people in the jungles climbing fucking trees with no shoes on, and they're fucking fine. You know, but here we get convinced that we need to put something on our fucking tender feet. Like it makes no sense.
You know why? It's that sign tank, no shoes, no shirt, no service, damn it. We can't do nothing in this concrete jungle if we don't have them damn shoes on our feet. That's all, man. We ain't in the Congo, man. We ain't out there in the bush.
All it does is
we got to abide by the rules of the land.
Keep you from bonding with the natural grid.
That's it.
They don't want your feet touching that dirt. You Superman when your feet in that dirt. Just like you said, in the jungle, they climbing trees barefoot, right?
Damn right. They getting the nutrients from that bark.
Certain countries I won't mention right now because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm picking on anybody. I literally have seen they shit from the tree branches. Gravity, they don't get constipated. They don't have no problems with that. And you just better know where to look up. You know which trees are marked. That's the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's the bathroom.
I got you, man. You know, shit do roll downhill. Yes.
But have you seen their feet? Like they look like they look like fucking hands. They look like monkey hands. Like they're even
because they're working.
Yeah,
will like do this, where it can grip around trees. Like,
yeah.
You see those island boys scale the fucking those coconut trees.
Oh man,
and
you know what I'm saying? With nothing but a machete.
Machete, yeah.
In this country, you stuffing your feet in those tiny ass shoes to put a suit on, and then you walking around because your feet hurt and all this fucking time. Like, it makes no sense.
Hey man,
I hate shoes.
You gotta abide by the law of the land. He really does hate fucking shoes.
Yeah, I could tell you do. Yeah. You do hate shoes.
Unnecessary shit.
They confine me, man. I'm an aquatic creature. I'm supposed to be out there in the land, out in the sea.
True.
That's it. That's Tank, man, all day long, man. But definitely, man, you guys keep your eyes on Ms.
Love Dorsey is the shit.
Yeah. She got next, man. We talk about who's gonna fill that void for Mr. Samuels, and I think she got it, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Well, sometimes men and women they need to hear certain messages.
Definitely
from the same gender.
Definitely
relate.
Definitely.
To understand it's not coming from a place of bitterness, anger, vitriol.
Not at all.
Closeted homosexuality, as he was constantly accused of. Just ridiculous.
I still don't understand that. I mean, I get it. I know where it's coming from, but it still doesn't make no fucking sense.
It doesn't make sense. It just.
That's your only comeback, because he didn't hit you in your damn conscience.
Yeah,
but that's like, look, in entertainment. That's what they say. How you know you've made it.
Right.
You're nobody till somebody calls you gay.
You gay.
That's what they used to say back in the day.
Shit. In Hollywood, you ain't nobody until they make you gay.
Well, see,
that's a whole nother topic. Yeah. Whole nother topic. That could go either way, man. Were you actually that way, or did they have to pull it out of you?
Right.
But that's name your price.
Yeah.
Name your price.
Yeah.
Hey,
right.
So with Ms. Dorsey now, do dudes call in to the show looking for high value chicks, or like what?
She just coming into her own or whatever. She's developing into that platform, whatever. But mainly, she just go on live and just spit her truth or whatever. Like I said, man, she throw her own shit out there too as well, and and it's one of those. She's not making this shit up. You know what I mean? It's like she didn't leveled up mentally, you know what I mean? And she's just trying to share with the masses, like, man, this is how you get off that bullshit. This is how you stop that hood mentality. You know what I mean? She's operating on a whole nother frequency right now. And you just feel the energy, man. It's completely different.
Yeah. She doesn't throw people under the bus, but she does like let them know, certain people who she's talking about, they know who they are.
Like
Shots
that
fired.
Like that family
member did this or said,
she
won't put them out there, but she'll put the story, like you said, anecdotally and literally to address certain issues that we all have come across or are dealing with right now. And she addresses the women to try to get them to think in a different manner, because she's like, who programmed you to think this way?
Yeah,
because what I'm saying?
She'll break down girls, like that dude ain't shit, but you want to compete with that other bitch or whatever. You'll literally have this no good brother baby just to compete with this chick. You know what I mean? She's like, that makes no damn sense. It's like, who you really hurting? But yet, you think you got the upper hand, but not realizing, that whole generational curse thing.
Right.
And she breaks all that stuff down. Like I said, man, she's just operating on a whole nother frequency, and she's trying to bring people along with her. And she understands some people ain't gonna make it. She sit there and try to tell them. She's like, you know what? Get at me when you pretty much get your head on straight, because what you're doing, you're just running around in circles. And she come from a genuine place, because she said, I used to be that chick. You know what I mean? And now she's like, man, that mindset was so toxic. You know what I mean? She shook that shit off of her, and I applaud her for it. And I'm glad she got her platform. And again, man, she got next, man.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely digging her shit, man. That was the first time I seen that.
Yeah, don't let that country accent fool you.
Oh, she's wise.
Yeah, facts.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could tell that from just a TikTok. Yeah, she getting it in, especially with this. I mean, fuck that generational curse shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, she hit the nail on the head.
Just breaking it down. You know, she walked in those shoes. You know what I mean? When she broke down, you know how if she was to get jammed up, whatever, she can't call home to mama.
Yeah,
and get that bail up. You know what I mean? And you just keep repeating these fucked up ass cycles or whatever. You know, I known a chick who said that she literally got pregnant just so she could get out of her damn mama's house. Just so she could go get on the system. You know what I mean? Just so she could have her own, so she could do what she wants. She wanted to be grown.
yeah.
Again, that's that generational curse shit. Not learning from the past.
The state's that there about the baby daddy, boss.
It's sad, man, and you know, and we, you know, in our community, man, we perpetuate that shit to the end. You know, like that
Yeah.
shit's fucking normal. You know, you got fucking 3, 4, 5 generations in the same fucking projects.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Remember that shit, man? You go in, that's my auntie house, that's such house, that's my sister house, that's my brother house. I was like, what? It's a project. You know what I mean? Meaning it's somewhat of a plan, you know, not permanent. It's a project that's supposed to come to an end. Most projects come to an end by definition.
Man, when you measure your value by the model of car you can afford, or not even afford, but splurge on during tax season.
Yeah.
He got a new Cadillac, girl. Let's go see.
If
What?
you have, yeah, man, if you have more
Where's your
leather,
house?
if you got more leather in your car than you do in your home, there's a problem.
No, seriously, man, it's some ignorant shit.
And cats think that's stunting, that's balling, that's, you know, that's lit, all that other bullshit, man. That's a joke. Shit's a fucking joke, man, and it's sad. That's what you like, man. I used to hear cats say, man, I keep all my kids in J's. Motherfucker, do you keep your kids?
Yeah. This designer shit means nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. But we are definitely cursed by and we're also targeted, man. This ain't
definitely
all us.
Definitely.
That's what I was saying.
Definitely.
It's aimed. It's targeted. Tracking systems up.
It's we think that's what it is. A nice chain, J's on our feet, designer jeans. That's success in our community.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, dude, like everybody in the projects, man, got on these $100 sneakers.
Yeah.
Remember that shit? Cats getting killed over these damn sneakers.
Yep.
You know, that was the status. The like, man, you made it. Like, dude, you got J's and a pair of Reebok pumps. Damn.
And a new,
you know what I'm saying?
And a new herringbone.
Yeah.
It's a new cassettes from the good Sam Goody.
That was our level of success. You making it. You know, dude, look at him. He got that pull-out deck. Damn. You know what I'm saying? He got a beeper. He got that fat ass herringbone. You know.
He got the new VCR.
The new one. The one without the string connected to the remote. Yeah. Come on, man. Like you said, and like we're targeted. You know, this is the shit that's gonna make you seem like you have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, cats have more money in their vehicles than they did in their own pockets.
Yeah.
You know, I seen cats break their fucking neck to get that car right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And next, you know, the shit then got blown up, stolen, shot up.
Rims took. I was say bullet holes all through it.
All kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad what we thought was wealth. The perception. the perception of what wealth looked like and what we thought it was, man, I'm still and I fell victim to that shit myself.
Oh, we all
thinking, check me out. You know what I mean? And now, as an old head now, I hear that saying, like, now the robbers know who to rob.
Mm-hmm.
When we were somewhat trying to stunt like that, and I shook that shit off real quick when I realized, I do it. I could see the back of my freezer, but yet I got on these damn Air Maxes. What's wrong with this picture? You know what I mean? I got, I'm looking good, but I'm damn sure not eating good.
Yeah, it wasn't until an older head told me. He said, when you spot a billionaire in the airport. I said, no, how do you do that? He said, look at the guy with the holy jeans and the flip-flops that hasn't got a care in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else stressed out about the time and missing their flight, and just sit down next to that guy and talk to him. He said, you'll find out. I did it, and he was right.
I just saw something saying that wealthy people don't wear designer clothes.
If it's on your ass, it's not an asset.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That is it.
That's not mine. I got that from what's his name? He used to be married to Gladys Knight, motivational speaker. Less. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but they said that's for you suckers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was like people with money don't go buy that shit. They don't wear Louis. They don't wear all that Gucci. None of that shit. You couldn't find any of that in their crib or whatever. It's like they don't wear that shit. Like that's for the the motherfuckers who need to have that perception.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Goody Mob?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Still Standing album.
Yeah.
The Black Experience or the N-word Experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody watching, go check that video out later on or tomorrow, whenever, on YouTube. Look up the N-word Experience. Thought you said you was the G.O.D. You sound like another nigga to me. Right.
Yeah.
But he said, well, a nigga unintegrated, a nigga, what do you say? A nigga unintegrated, singing "We Shall Overcome." A nigga trying to be white, but it seemed like a nigga has become. Well, here it is. A white man called me nigga to my face. I can't do nothing but laugh and walk away. Because here it is. Niggas call other niggas each and every day. Dividing and conquering. They say the lighter shade of black's okay. But after the middle class, they still pass by the projects laughing at where we stay.
Mm-hmm.
He lays it all out. CeeLo laid it out right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the experience. We all experienced it.
It's cool. Some of us realize, that what's that saying? You got to understand when somebody's laughing, at you,
and not with
you. And some of us come to that realization at a younger age, some a little bit later on in life, and we put it together and realize what's important and what's not important. Yeah, and it's like I scratch my head and just think about how hard I was, hustling, trying to just be seen, as trying to be the man. You know what I mean? It is ridiculous, man. Like you said, we all fell victim in that shit. We're just a product of our environment.
Yeah. I mean, but we really need to recognize the trick bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to point it out. Because there's a lot of shit that will keep you fucked up. The massive debt that you sign on to get a bullshit education. That you'll end up paying for the rest of your life.
Payday loans in the hood.
Yeah. Payday loans.
Yeah. Predatory lending. Predatory lending practices.
Yes, sir.
Alcohol and drug use. And a lot of the stuff we're targeted. We're targeted with this shit. And they see an opportunity and they take advantage of us bad, real bad.
It doesn't cost a lot. You know what I mean? Just to come in and set up shop and promotion. Like, dude, all I need is a 40 and a blunt. I'm good. Other than that, I didn't broke even. I'm good. The standards aren't where they need to be.
Mhm.
And like you said, go back to that, no, we fall for the trick bag.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, it's fucking up our financial health, our mental health, and our physical health.
Definitely.
We don't have decent food to eat and refuse to start a garden.
Yeah.
It's that type of shit. We got brother Samuels that died of a heart attack at 56. And he seemed like he was in some decent shape.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it comes down to lifestyle, and we don't have the healthiest lifestyle, and we never really had, just because of our environment.
Right. We live in food deserts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can find more Rallies, McDonald's, Burger King, and stuff like that than Whole Foods and supermarkets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we have this what's that? Babies raising babies. Nobody's cooking.
Yeah.
We put them in, put a laptop in front of them or a tablet and some nuggets.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Air toxic, water toxic.
Yeah.
Shit, this TV is toxic.
Yeah.
Looking back, I can't imagine how many hours I spent in front of a television show, telling me about the world.
Yeah.
And it was all lies, but
right.
That shit is ingrained. You hear it enough and it becomes the truth. It becomes essential dogma. Yeah.
Trick bag.
That trick bag. Yeah, you wouldn't care about half this shit if you didn't see it on TV.
That's why you had the old heads of like, man, you better quit watching that idiot box.
The idiot box, that boob tube.
Yeah, turn that up. Take your ass outside or something.
Pick
up a book.
Babysitter.
Yeah. And I used to think that person was crazy telling me to turn off the fucking TV. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? This is my life, especially when, we was around before MTV and then shits dropped.
Mm-hmm.
When I could just sit, and that's when I, found my love for music. I would just sit and I didn't have a choice. I had to listen to all the music because MTV came out before BET.
Yeah.
So I had to sit and watch the, Duran, the Culture Club before I got to see Michael Jackson and, and Prince. You had to watch everything.
Man, you had to watch hours before you saw a rap video.
Facts. Facts.
That wasn't the Beastie Boys.
Right.
Like they invented rap.
Right.
Like
you get a
Sugar Hill another history lesson. It's like, oh, they're not the inventors of hip hop.
Again,
of course not.
Conditioned. Let them tell it. Let them put their spin on it. It was Beastie Boys before everybody else.
Yeah,
because they made the playlist.
It's a little story. I like this.
Dope as hell, but still,
no sleep till Brooklyn. But yeah, I'm with you. That's my dad used to tease me. What you watching these? Was that a Euro rock band? What is this mess? I said, Dad, you got to watch this to get to Thriller.
Yeah.
If I want to see a Prince video, if I want to watch Purple Rain, I got to watch all this.
You got to watch it all.
And it's pretty cool too, but it's not the fire I'm looking for, but
it flushes
nice.
out. It flushes out your ears.
Music.
You know what I mean? Because if you just listen to one thing, man, then you're just going to be conditioned to that. And I was fortunate enough to come in on that wave where I had to listen to everything. The shit sticks to the point where I got playlists with all that shit on it. You know what I mean? Plus the hip hop. I got the new wave, all the shit from the UK, all that stuff. I have all that music. You know what I mean? It was ingrained in me, and the shit's it. And now you hear cats sampling it. It's crazy. It was a dope time, man.
Yeah.
But that TV will keep you in cycles of nonsense.
Yeah.
It will keep you in cycles, running in circles on some bullshit.
How do you think these soap operas lived? Now, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like tune in tomorrow. I'm like, oh shit. And that even happened with with Transformers. Talk about to be continued. It's a fucking cartoon. You know what I mean?
It's like they had something for every generation back then too. Like the older folks, like you said, they were the soaps, and then they had their nighttime dramas. Girl, I'm watching Dynasty tonight.
Falcon
Don't
Crest.
call me wearing Falcon Crest.
Yes, sir.
Dallas is on. You know, I'm like, what? And then I had to look at myself like, I'm on this Nintendo. Like, is no, you know what I'm saying? There's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
You look up 4 hours is gone, and you done argued and fought. It's my turn. No, you lost. Give it up. Give up the stick.
Let you not clear level 4 of fucking Zelda and go to school the next day and not be able to have that conversation with your peers.
On Metroid.
Come on, man. That's like I said, that was status.
Yeah.
That was status. Yeah. Like, dude, I beat fucking Zelda. I beat Super Mario Brothers. I did all this. You did it all in what, 2-3 days? You know what I mean? You was the man if you beat, you know, Mike Tyson Punch Out. I mean, it was, those are our standards. You know, that was, you know, so-called being the man at the time. But you know, times change, you know, for the most part. I think it got worse. Because now you got the Oculus, you fucking locked in. That shit you sent me about the bodysuit. What was? Didn't we just talk about that? How? That's it. That's the game.
Yeah.
That's the game.
The next metaverse, man.
That's the game.
Yeah, the metaverse is gonna be huge, man, and it's gonna occupy everybody's time. The metaverse is gonna fuck up a lot of families, man.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna. Man,
it's gonna be people like, so you don't want to meet a girl or you don't want to meet a guy. So who we gonna pass down this, you know, this generational wealth? Who we gonna pass it down to? Because we can't pass it down. Well, you eventually will be able to with the Oculus and all that other shit, transfer funds and whatever else. That's coming because it's going to be. You talk about a trick bag, yeah, that's coming.
Hey,
you know,
man.
But it's like you said, man, it's gonna disconnect. We already disconnected. This is it.
I mean, it's a huge social experiment. This is like the biggest psyop in the history of mankind, and we've all participated.
Far from, man. I literally have to unplug or whatever. I don't have the
I'm not saying we're all trapped. I'm just saying we all participated.
I have so much FaceTime in front of the screen that I could actually take, you know, and I'm blessed to have that feature. But you got cats who they go to work, come home, and they game until it's time to go back to work. I stopped at the first Nintendo because I realized when games start costing more than the console, I can't fuck with it. You know, these games, I'm just the realist. You know what I mean? It just didn't make sense to me no more. I was just like, how much that game cost? My whole unit cost $89.99 and it came with 4 free games. Yeah, I'm not fucking with that no more. I'm cool. Never owned a PlayStation. None of that shit.
When the PS Network got hacked?
See? All that shit, man.
I mean, millions of people got robbed at the same time. It was like that movie, The Net.
Yeah, but this is where we're at, man. Like I said, one thing leads to the other, and that's this whole generational curse, man. It all trickles down. Somebody has to say, "I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to participate in the curse."
Hey, man. First thing we need to do is cut that fucking TV off.
Okay.
Cut all that fucking communication bullshit off, man, because it feeds you nothing but lies. I mean, you can't even turn on the news. Yeah,
except for this. Except for 3 PMD, you know, you keep that on. You know, you stream that. You stream that shit. Yeah. It's unfiltered, damn it.
Share, like, share, subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
In fact, it's good for your mind, body, and soul. That's it. Yes.
That's it.
You learn here, son. You learn here.
That's right. We're gonna learn you something. Let me learn you something.
Yeah, man. But I truly believe, man, that the shit we see on TV is the major part of this generational curse. You know, who the fuck would buy LeBron James shoes if you know, you didn't watch TV? Nobody buy that shit until you saw a superstar wearing that and telling you it's the hottest shit out.
Right.
You know, making it seem like.
But again, like you said, man, it's a fucking shoe. That's all it is. It's not changing lives. It's a shoe. And like again, I'm a realist, man. That doesn't make sense to me. If those shoes cost more than my first car. I put shit in perspective like that, man. When I look at it, like, no, I can't do that. These are fucking shoes. You know?
Want a Sprite cranberry?
I can afford that, man. Shit. During the holidays. Yes. Limited edition. Motherfucker, keep that going. Take them shoes away and keep that damn, that Sprite going. Shit.
Yeah. A little dose of diabetes.
Yeah, just a little
Enjoy
bit.
yourself.
There you go.
A little bit. Like I said, man, like this phenomenon with coffee. It's coffee. Remember our grandparents and them? They would have a fucking cup of Sanka in the morning.
Dang, he says
Sanka. Yeah, that's just this shit. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
And now Starbucks is selling what? A Frappa Mappa Lappa, for $18,000.
Hey, man. Until I see a construction crew going to Starbucks every morning to get their fucking coffee, I ain't going there. That shit ain't for men.
See, don't knock that shit because it is. It is, man. There's something for everybody at fucking Starbucks.
Oh, man, you a fan, huh?
Dude, shut up, man. I just get caught up. The lady go and
Dunkin'.
You know the name of that damn Frappuccino,
I know the name, man. I know the name. I won't say it. My cinnamon dolce. Shut up, man. That's my business. That's my business, man.
I drank that shit like a thug.
I go there with my pit bull every morning, man.
Fuck that coffee. Fuck that coffee. I fucking hate Starbucks.
It's just coffee, man. It's coffee, but yet we feel the need. We gotta have that fucking cup.
Their desserts are delicious, though. Their snacks are delicious.
Yeah, their desserts are good.
They are the bomb.
Yeah, they are. They are. I shit on Starbucks a lot, but I dig it.
See, there you go.
I'm about to say I want to hate, but I can't. I'm like,
you can't, man. You can't. Man.
I enjoy a little Starbucks every now and again.
See what I'm saying?
Don't go there every day.
Right. Because it's like paying a bill. It's like paying a bill, man.
I think the coffee tastes burnt.
But it's just, but it is. It's just coffee.
It's just coffee.
Yeah.
But yet we condition it like, man, but you haven't had Starbucks coffee. It's fucking coffee.
Hey, have you guys ever heard of Civet? I think it's pronounced Civet. So this is crazy. So in certain countries where they grow coffee beans, there are these jungle cats.
Oh, yeah.
Coffee beans.
Coffee Luwak.
I know you're going.
Coffee Luwak. Yeah.
It's just expensive.
Yeah. Can you imagine trying to find a fucking mountain cat and get coffee beans out of shit just so you can have a cup?
Yep. It's expensive shit, literally. Yeah. Yeah. When you said, I was like, I heard about that. The motherfuckers was paying top dollar for this shit. I'm done with this. I'm done. I don't even want to talk about that. Because it pisses me off because of how much money these people were making off this fucking coffee. I remember that wave. That is fucking crazy. Next.
That's a generational curse.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Shit coffee.
Oh my God, I forgot all about that. They made a mint off that shit.
Hey, man, they still are. I'm sure somebody's drinking that shit like it's the best thing ever.
They keep rebranding it. It's amazing. That's the only thing I keep up with about it is rebranding.
That is. I'm so proud of you for doing that. That is funny as shit.
It's hilarious.
Dude, let me know exactly what it is now because I do not want to have no jungle cat fucking.
I'll find out. Let you know to do this.
That is crazy. He said, "Dude, it's still out there. They're still relevant. They just rebranded. That is crazy.
Just give it time, man. You be sucking that shit straight out of cat's ass. See? I'm telling you, you got to get it fresh, dog. They'll be telling you that shit.
It'll never be as fresh,
you know. At 4:30 in the morning to go track down a jungle cat.
Man, I was trying to wake up. I sucked the stomach out that cat.
See, come on, man. You know it's fresh. It still got some steam on it.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Miss Wilson here talking about I'm lying. I drank vanilla lattes. I don't. Ain't no way in hell.
All day.
Motherfucker vanilla
All day
latte.
with oat milk. Yeah, you do.
Nah. I'm dairy sensitive.
Banana flavor with what is that called? The almond milk.
Almond milk. All right, gentlemen. Blending families, man. Now we're going with we running down the line from generational curses to blending families. So how does this work, man? Like, especially in this day and age, man.
Okay.
Do you discipline?
Yes.
Like,
it
what type of discipline? Like, our discipline is, hands on ass. You know what I mean? And
I say that depends on the rapport that you have with the child.
Okay.
You can't not build a relationship with a child and then tell them what to do, number one. Number two, enforce that telling them what to do with some type of physical threat of corporal punishment or even removing objects that they've been told belong to them.
Right.
It's just not going to go over well.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying I didn't understand. I never had this. I never been in this type of situation. I was just wondering, just to put it out there, just to have a discussion on, especially like I said, in this day and age, as far as because everything is so like
illegal.
Yeah, that part. You can't really do too much. So how does that work in this day and age? I should have put that in there as well. This day and age. Blending families and the discipline aspect of it.
Hey man, I'm a firm believer in that put your hands on nobody, man. And trust me, I haven't always been like this. Like I got two kids. My son's 24, my daughter is 11. And I've raised them completely differently. When I was a young man and I had my son, I was treating him like I was treated growing up. It was, I say it once, you listen to what I say, and if you don't, then there's some punishment in there. You're gonna get a whooping, that type of shit. But that was completely wrong. It was 100% wrong. I have found that once you explain to a child the consequences of their actions that they're going to take, or just consequences associated with certain acts, and you get it to where they understand it, then they won't run down that path. It's once you get a child to understand where you're coming from, and that the punishment will be on them if they go down this line. Like, I'm here to guide you. I brought you into this world. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to show you right and wrong. But this is your life, and you need to make your own choices. You need to make wise choices. Here's what I would do in this situation. Here's what you shouldn't do in this situation. This is what happens when you do things that you shouldn't do in this situation. You are more than welcome to do it, but I can tell you that you don't want to.
Right.
But if you explain things logically to a child, kids will get it. They'll understand. And if you keep them close,
right?
Keep them kids close, man.
Right.
That's a thing. Like, you need to supervise children. You just can't drop somebody off into the world dark. And a lot of times that's what we do. We sit them in front of a TV, and they get all this bullshit, and like, and granted, my child does get way too much television. She gets way too much screen time, but
there's conversations, to back all that stuff up, because just spending time with her, her mind is so, gosh, she is your child. Her mind is so advanced or whatever. Just her conversation is far from basic. She's not, you look at her or whatever, you wouldn't think she's that age by her conversation. just sitting there talking to her. Hell, not even talking to her, just listening to the back and forth. Like, you guys that have a conversation. I'm just sitting there like, wow, I'm watching a fucking tennis match. Like, dude, how the hell are you returning that serve? You know what I mean? Because she's asking some shit, and it's kind of like, shit, I want to know. Seriously, dude, what, how does that work? But that's what it is. But with this topic, how do you do that with somebody else's?
Hey man,
who doesn't have that? Who doesn't have they? It's like they say, they go off to their grandparents' crib and then they come back home and they're completely fucked up. You know what I mean? Because they had the run of the place, and now you got to reprogram them. Like I said, doing in a blended family, the same shit. They go off to their, the dad or the mother, and the mother and them. It's like somewhat of a competition. Like, shit, you're gonna have the best time when you with me because I'm trying to outshine the other partner or whatever. And sometimes that messes with the kid, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they can have their way and do whatever and say whatever and do whatever on this side, but when they come home now, it's discipline,
or
it's rules.
Or what if the grandparents are running down one of the parents in front of the children to other people?
That part
and the
too.
children come home with the attitude every time, almost like they don't have to listen to the one parent.
That part.
Repeating those things to press buttons.
Because at grandma's in the house, it's a go. At home, it's a no-go.
Yeah.
And then, how about this? I'm in a scenario. I'm raising another man's child that's the same age as my oldest child. They're born a month and a half apart, and they've known each other since they were in diapers.
Yeah, that's not awkward. That's not awkward at all. But yeah, you're handling it, the best way you see fit without losing your fucking mind.
Especially when the father's not really present,
right?
Except for occasionally when it feels like it,
right?
And so it's caused issues for the child to act out in ways that will definitely provoke if you're not mature enough to handle. I mean, you know what I mean? Like serious issues, destroying things.
Yeah.
That you're working hard to bring into your house and build up.
And like he did what now because of so and so didn't show up?
Oh, he didn't mean to. The hell he didn't.
But he will mean to pay for it though. Yeah. He will mean that. He will replace that, one way or the other,
But it took about 4 years of different approaches.
Okay.
Different applications. Like Tank said, I keep trying to tell the other parent, hands-on isn't, you think you're doing something.
Right.
But I'm watching a young man become hardened. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Eventually that's going to turn into something else.
Yeah.
That you can't control at all.
Yeah.
No matter what you say or do.
Yeah, then you're gonna need backup. Because once he gets on your ass, you ain't gonna be able to get him off. Like you're gonna go to raise up, and then he's gonna raise up. And then there's gonna be a situation.
Or cower down and come back around the corner.
That part.
Yeah, man, but it should never get to that situation. Like if you have that much tension between you and the child, man, there's something fundamentally wrong in your relationship.
Definitely.
Yeah, because the vibe is off in the crib. If your kids are settling the violence, it's a reflection of you. That's how you have been around that child. It's like if you want to settle every beef with putting your hands on somebody, like how you do disciplining a child, that's how they're going to carry on in life. They think when they get frustrated, they're going to slap the shit out of somebody. And that's, you can't live life like that.
Generational not healthy. Curse. That's the generational
one
curse.
Thing I learned from my parents is what didn't work and what did work, and why even what did work worked even though it was wrong, and then being able to realize that even though it worked, it was wrong. Why? Because now it's manifest things in you that only surface when under stress response, when certain things are said, and then I hate to use that word, but it triggers a reaction that you don't even realize is below the surface yourself.
Right.
So now you realize that somebody can control you.
Yeah.
Somebody can control you until you get that together. And a child shouldn't be able to control you. Not in that way. You should be able to like Tank said, explain until they understand. Repetition is the father of learning, and mother, what he said, necessity is the mother of invention. And so those two dynamics, even in the same sex relationship, those two energetic dynamics have to have a meeting of the minds to coordinate. What is discipline? What's the definition? Is it spanking a child because you're angry? I mean, even if that was still allowed,
right?
Should you do it when you're angry?
Right, because that's what it is. What they say, are you smarter? What's that show? Are you smarter than a what,
Fifth
fifth grader?
grader?
Yeah, you know what I mean. And as you run out of patience, a lot of we experienced. Our parents just ran out of words and was just like, you know what, I'm done talking. Now I got to let this belt loose. I told you this is what's gonna happen when you did this, and it was like, well, technically I didn't do it. It just kind of happened, but okay, I'll take this L.
Even when I thought that was the methodology, the proper answer, right? What always caused the inner conflict for me was knowing that those things came out of slavery.
Yes,
gotcha.
And then in my own family, knowing that at least on one side of my family there was never any slavery that we know of. I'm talking about going back almost 400 years.
Okay.
So where did that come from? The school system.
Yeah,
I had to think back when I was in preschool, and I told a kid to shut up. The teacher said, "Give me your hand." What am I giving you my hand?
Whack. Yeah.
With a ruler, a hard ass wooden ruler with the little metal thing going down through.
Yeah. Oh, we got cracked. Like, put your hand on this desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got paddled. Their parents signed off on that shit. And it was like. And if we think about it, I think about it now, man. I remember when a teacher literally broke a paddle on a kid's ass. It had holes in it, like a wiffle ball or whatever. It was just like some old fraternity shit. I was just like, oh my, the sound that it made. I mean, it literally cracked some shit. It was, pants was on and everything, but still, you felt that shit. Hey man, it was a different time, I guess, and the stuff that we live through now is fucking illegal. Now, illegal. People could go to jail for how they raised us.
Big time. And the larger the age gap, the more trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, even when you talk about siblings, parents, and children, even adult children living at the home, DV, they have different degrees now of domestic violence that they'll charge your ass with. And sit you down somewhere.
Fucking crazy, man. Like I said, man, it's with this whole blended family, because everybody's coming together for all the for whatever reason, because it's just cheaper, and it's the only way we can move. We all going to need each other, and with that being said, families will be blended. Whether you bringing in kids or you bringing in somebody's parents. It's it is what it is right now.
Facts.
Yeah. But I don't know how much are we actually blending families? Is that something that's happening more and more nowadays, or less and less?
Have you seen the housing market? You know what I mean? People are moving in with everybody.
Facts. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, you can't, where you going to go?
Now, the flip side of that question, look at the marriage rate, at least in our community, it's gone down.
Yeah.
Less of our women. And I don't know what the percentages or numbers are of single mothers. I don't know what that is anymore. But if you do the math, no, you're right. They're not. and if they are, they're interracial or like Ed said, it's people rooming.
Yeah,
I'll take this quadrant of the house. This is our bathroom.
Yep.
You stay down there.
It's out of necessity.
We all eat together at the same times.
Right. It's out of necessity, not because this is what we choose to do. It's just baseline necessity. You know, for what I'm paying, you know, we could just split a house instead of me trying to, you know, go it alone. And like Jay just broke down, this your side, this my side. Our fridge is in the garage, your fridge is in the kitchen. Then let's keep it pushing, you know, like 4 or 5 generations in one house due to a pandemic, you know, shit slowing down.
And that also speaks to what we were talking about earlier with the Sister Love.
Yeah.
We're not taught. You buy those things through an LLC. The problem that people are struggling with certain things is come together with somebody and stop trying to be the single entrepreneur, invest,
pull your
start
money,
an S corp, an investment corp, buy it through that. No one's on the hook, and everybody's pulling together.
Yeah, we don't do that. Like you said, we how she brilliantly broke it down, saying, you know, people taking on this debt by starting their own business by themselves, and like, you haven't made any money. What are you celebrating? Right. That it's just open. Right. Now that you're open, you know, the tab is running. You know, let's talk 4 or 5 months down the line, you know, because what most businesses fail within the first 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Whether it's a, you know, a restaurant or whatever, you know, most, you know, startups. So and like, you know, for her to have that perception and, you know, that foresight, it's, you know, it's impeccable, man. How she just broke that down. Like, what the fuck are you celebrating?
Yeah.
You don't have anything yet. It's just the name on the flyer. Yes, grand opening. To what? Debt.
It's almost as bad, like as Tank was alluding, not just alluding, but stated, the waste of an education. You got a degree and what?
Right.
200, 300, sometimes even 1,000 or more people just graduated with you with the same bachelor's of science, the same master's of business administration.
Yeah.
Where are you going to work?
When the economy just shut down, what are you going to do? Put that on top. Put that on top of the competition that the economy has just fucking stopped. That plus competition, plus, you know, let's keep it a buck, you know, race. You know, you're gonna find, you know, 3-4 different generations and different, you know, families in one crib, just out of necessity.
Shoot, when I was down in Columbus and some other cities, Orlando, that I've lived in, and I saw the Central Americans and Mexicans and various other groups, they had no problem sharing living quarters until everybody could go it alone.
Yeah. I mean, it only makes sense when you don't have that crab in the bucket mentality. Because we have that, we gotta shine.
True.
We gotta, you know, no matter what, even in the hood, we gotta shine. That whole hood rich mentality. I hate that.
Yeah.
But that's what it is.
Yeah.
I hate that fucking mindset, but that's what it is.
None of them was on that, and they shared everything. When I say they shared everything, if I'm getting a cerveza, bro, you got a cerveza. We all drinking cervezas. I don't drink. Okay, well, here's a cerveza. You got to hold the can, bro.
Right.
Whoever's still thirsty gets that one when you know, because you don't want it. But everybody's getting one.
It's moving as a unit. They don't look at it as, you know, they look down on if somebody's in my circle and they're not, you know, fulfilling their end, you know, they pull them up. You know what I mean? Everybody, you know, is going it at the same rate. Nobody's lacking. Everybody's pulling their weight, no matter what. We're gonna make sure he's straight, because if he ain't straight, I'm not straight. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we all legs of a chair. You know what I mean? We all have to be on point for this shit to work. And I applaud that mindset, but we don't have that. And it's like, shit, I got mine. You better get yours.
Yeah.
You know, once we get through those doors, you know, the cat will shut you know, deadbolt that door,
Yeah.
and then turn around and be like, who is it?
Yeah.
And motherfucker, I was on your heels. Who is it? You know, we tend to get brand new when we get a little bit of money. You know, just a little bit. But you know, it is what it is, fam.
But they used to say, you want to see how a dude really feel? Really, they would say an N-word. You want to see how N-word really feel? Give him some money. Let him come into some money. Put a gun in his hand or get him drunk.
Yeah, see where he at. See where he at.
He'll tell you how he feel about you.
Yeah, indeed. What we got next, my brother?
Shit. It's the last one of the night, bro.
All right.
Relationship ultimatums.
Woo!
Here we go.
Watch out there.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Who's got a story to tell?
I'm just, you know, shit that you hear, like old girl says she gonna leave me if I don't put a ring on it.
Man,
that kind of shit. Even though y'all both came in and was like, "Hey, man, we both grown. We doing what we do." You know, we got to put a label on this shit. You know, and then feelings get caught. Family members get in their ear. You know, grandparents like, y'all, you know, when we gonna get some grandbabies? You know, that kind of shit. When y'all gonna settle down?
I mean, this might go along the same lines as Kevin Samuels and Miss Love Titties, whatever her name was. Love Dorsey. No, I mean,
all right.
Realistically, we need to get serious about our relationships. And you know, I know that don't mean shit coming from me.
Yeah, get serious though. Talk serious.
You keep having those Rick James moments. I didn't grind my feet in this couch. I did grind my feet in this couch. She got money now. Fuck your couch.
Pretty much. That's where he at. Go ahead, man. Continue.
Nah, man. I mean,
me up with that.
Seriously though, like a lot of times from the beginning, you know, we're not all in it to be where you end up at.
Facts.
And
Big facts.
I've had conversations, you know, with women like, hey man, I'm not the person to date. I'm just not. This is not good for you. It's not good for anybody. You know, but like I'm fucking nuts. You know, just I'm not that guy, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, people want to go down that road, you know, and
yeah, you look up, man, you 2-3 years in.
Yeah.
And they looking like, seriously, Tank, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Are we gonna do this? Or we're not? Like, I thought we've been doing it. What the hell are you talking about?
You know me for how many years?
Right.
Like, I never know where I'm headed. Never. Like the shit changes on it like instantly.
Right.
I got a million things running through my head and I might just grab one and run with it. You know, I can't make you any promises, you know, even though I have. And that was how I felt at that time.
Right.
And that's exactly where I was going. But now I saw a squirrel and I am completely off track. And
squirrel.
Yeah, I'm wired wrong. I know it. I'm fucked up.
But you put that out there off rip, like, yeah, I'm a brother with a warning label. Read it, you know what I mean, and take heed. You know, and what happens. But again, like you said, you're never going to be in the same place where you started. Because we as men tend to get comfortable and we look up, and like you said, we 3, 4, 5 years in, and we cool with the situation. And little mama over there looking like, dude.
Yeah. Grandma said I should have been married by now.
That part. That part. Yeah. We should have a house. What are we doing? You know? Yeah, like I said, man, I mean, ultimatums, man, I think they're fucking terrible. You know, especially if you know the individual. You know, you just can't come in and try to flip the script once you know the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I kind of wish we had a female perspective on this one to try to, explain why they feel the way they do. But I understand they got that clock ticking.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
I get that.
Yeah.
And they're looking at their friends like so and so just had another baby. We got to go to this whatever, and it's like, okay, that's their shit. You know.
I've had the ultimatums, but they were disingenuous. Like
elaborate.
Elaborate? All right,
Yeah.
cool. So there's no such thing as a clock for some women. What they have is, I don't have this by this age, and bitches is looking at me like I ain't shit.
Got you.
So
I got you.
Because you're that kind of guy I perceive that you are, I want to pressure you into doing what all the other dudes wouldn't do. And if you don't do it, I've already figured out what will cause you to suffer.
Damn.
Even if it means birthing a child and keeping it from you when I don't even want the child.
Damn.
Yeah, I've been through that. Still dealing with it. Oh yeah, I just wanted, she just married you because she wanted to have a wedding.
Yeah.
She needed you to help sign for the house because you can work and she's just recently unable to work any longer. Oh,
she decided once they hooked up, now her degree has no value. You know what I mean? All her ambition just went out the fucking window once she didn't jump that broom and got that
entrepreneurial ideas.
All that just is gone. Now she just want to be a stay-at-home, real housewife or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I mean, I've seen that happen as well. It was like, seriously?
Oh, I'm not moving into my house living in sin. We got to be married.
Married.
So why after I left, bitch, did 2 months later you move a nigga into my house that I helped you get?
Wow. Or we've been smashing, doing all the things up under the sun. Now all of a sudden you can't do it no more. Really? You can't do it no more until
this baby gonna be the tiebreaker. I got one from a previous relationship. You got one from this. What's tiebreaker?
Wow.
What competition is going on? I'm
sorry, I missed that's a new one for me. That is some generational curse shit for me.
Fucking tiebreaker shit,
man. That is fucking crazy. That's run for the hills. That's run for the hills.
Yeah, here's a name.
We gotta have one together. We gotta have one together.
I'm gonna name her the female version of your name. I don't like that name. I've never liked that name. That's the reason why I don't even like my own name that much. I want her to be named it. Oh, we're gonna name her this.
Ouch. Damn. You know what? That's crazy. You brought that up because I've known people who've been in that situation. Like, she gonna have my baby. She had his baby.
What?
She gonna have mine. If she gonna have his kids, she gonna have mine.
What kind of shit is this?
Generational curse.
Yeah. Manifest as insanity in action. Just
because. Just trying to keep up. You don't even want this chick, but yet now you want her to have your seed. You really don't want it. It's just you playing that one-upmanship. Girls do that too. I got his baby. You know what I mean? I got his baby too.
At least he gave me a ring.
Oh.
He wasn't never gonna marry you though. So yeah, you can say what you want, say what you will, but I got the ring though.
That she's paying for. Because he kind of locked up right now. Locked up dudes don't make payments. But just saying, that's how that
goes. I mean, should we start assuming that like
I miss Kevin Samuels. Sorry.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, miss him already. Yeah, we need you, brother.
Man, we miss you. But he didn't, he didn't open up the door for us, man, to try to, keep the shit going. But
relationships, just the definition of relationships have changed so much over the recent years. I mean, just in our generation.
Yeah.
What a relationship is has changed. Like it's nothing for you to have a chick that has a chick. That's like normal shit nowadays. Or for you to have a dude and he has a dude. You know, kind of weird fucking shit is this? And you know, then you try to throw that old definition on it. Like we really need to you know, think about moving forward. Like with what, bitch? All this is new. You know,
what used to just be a jump off and just, you know, how's the Bible says it like this: marriage is honorable and all, and the bed is not defiled. In other words, mind your own business. If a married couple wants to add some spice or whatever they call it to between them, that's on them, right? But now, like you said, and I mean, I could name some names, but I don't know these people, so I'll refrain because I have to do some research before I say certain things. But we could say there's a few entertainment couples mainly in the music industry that one has caught some flack right now. They kind of been investigated, and I think we know who we're talking about. And then there's one that was from Jersey. And, you know, he was painted out to be a bad guy in his divorce and abusive and such and such. And I was listening to him talk in an interview the other night, and he was saying, like, yeah, that was their thing. They had girlfriends.
Yeah.
So what's different is now they're becoming whole relationships.
You said everything, like from titles to how do you address certain people,
right?
You know what I mean? It's all just flipped upside down right now.
Yeah.
And it's not going back. You know what I mean? We sound and, you know, and look like dinosaurs when we talk about traditional.
Right. That's true.
You know what I mean? Some type of stuff that we can relate to or even just, you know, put our finger on. Now it's whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know,
because strange.
It's strange, but this is what it is. It's the time that we're in right now. I don't know if it's strange or if it's just it's evolution. It's kind of like, man, we look down on the old school so-called traditional way now, and now we're looking at this so-called progressive way. Like, hey, man, this is normal.
Yeah,
you know? You said I'm not gonna knock it because this is their time. You know, and you get in where you fit in. That's all. We have options.
The more things change, the more things stay the same.
Stay the same, yeah.
I mean, it's always been there, but now it's just weird. What's weird is labeling it.
That it's out there, and we have to
creating a category for it.
Yes. That's what's rubbing people the wrong way. I'm not addressing you as that. You know what I mean? No, I'm girl.
Non-binary.
Yeah. What is that? I'm
pansexual.
I'm fluid.
Fluid, gender fluid. Like okay.
You leaking? What the hell?
I don't even know what the hell that is, but okay.
Like, fluid. You talking about fluid? What are you talking about? Transmission? Engine coolant? What are you talking about? But that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm with Brother Ob on this one. Hey man, you playing make believe and I ain't got to participate. You know.
That is some old painless.
Yeah. You playing make believe and I
101.
ain't with you, you know.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that's it.
But man, these relationship ultimatums, man. I can tell you one thing, man. If you feel the vibe being off in your relationship, man, the vibe is off, bounce. You know, maybe that's the reason bounce. It ain't gonna work out. It ain't gonna work out. Just keep moving.
That's good
on.
advice. It is. That's good advice. It's just not always the easy thing to do or practical thing to do at the moment of realization.
Right. Because some of us, you know, a lot of folks, we get set in our ways. We get somewhat comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And on both sides, you know, men and women, it's like, you know what? It's not as bad as what it seems to be at that time. You know, as far as Ultimate Tank was like, I got mine. Well, he ain't gonna put on his track shoes because he hates shoes. He's just gonna take the fuck off. You know what I mean? He's gone. Like, boom, fuck that. I don't like what you're talking about. This is what I signed up for. But again, you know, you a damn fool if you think your relationship's gonna be the same from, you know, year 1 to year 3.
Right.
You know, you would never. Hopefully, anybody will want a relationship to kind of, you know, take off a little bit. You know what I mean? Not stay flat, and at least change somewhat. You know, because you're not the same person. Everybody grows, no matter whether you're in a relationship or not. Everybody grows.
Hey, that being said, man, just think about the last 2 or 3 years, how we have all fucking changed. Like, I mean, that lockdown fucked everybody up.
Everybody.
You know, it created mental health issues or brought something to light.
Just think about how many people got divorced after.
Yeah.
It opened back up. And it is, to me, I think it was 50-50 because a lot of folks, they actually, like you said, you know, hey man, I started enjoying my damn kids. You know, I got in, you know, we got in tune with each other. We're never going back to not being the way that we are right now. And you got a lot of folks who's like, I couldn't wait for the fucking economy to open back up so I get the fuck out this house. I can't stand this person 24/7. I could never have another lockdown situation. And a lot of folks realize this ain't it for me. I can't, you know, for better or for worse. Yeah, this was worse. I can't do this anymore.
What about the small minority that murked their whole family?
Yeah.
Couldn't take it, murked everybody, and then took themselves out the last and was like, can't take it.
A lot of folks can't see themselves being told you have to shelter in place for the safety of everybody. It freaked a lot of people out because nobody could see the end.
Yeah.
With all the media and all, because we were stuck. Everybody's sitting there watching whatever channel, and they're getting whatever input that they're looking for at that time, you know, good, bad, or indifferent. And it fucked a lot of people up. If you're getting a steady dose of just bullshit, the world is coming to an end, this is never gonna, you know, you're gonna go batshit crazy.
Yeah.
You're gonna start cleaning those guns, you know, then you're gonna start loading those guns, and then you're gonna start doing some irrational shit.
It's like Tank said though, more than half the shit, if they weren't seeing it or hearing about it on TV, they wouldn't even care. They wouldn't even think about it.
A lot of folks are conditioned to be most folks are social creatures.
Yeah.
You got some of us, man, I could fall into a rabbit hole and be gone for damn near. Dude, all I need is a couple crates of records, and I could be lost for months on end easily and not leave, not necessarily the house, a room. You know, that's just me. I know me. So, you know, this is why we, you know, when Tank started this whole podcast or whatever, I was like, dude, I think I better jump on because I can disconnect. That this whole pandemic was like an oasis for me. This is my wheelhouse. You know what I mean? I can do that, you know, but certain people, they lost their fucking shit. They're not built for that. They need that interaction day in, day out. Those folks, oh my God, I can't wait to get to the office to share, to connect with folks. Me, dude, I'm a hermit. You know? Easy. You know, no disrespect, you know.
I'm so happy that all that traffic was gone. You go to places and nobody wanted to fucking talk to you or touch you. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was so awesome.
Only thing that scared me was like, you know, go to the grocery store and there was a food shortage. That scared me, you know. But other than that, the isolation, I don't know if it's me, you know, being an only child and all that stuff or whatever, but I was fucking built for this shit, you know. And now as things opened up, and you know, and the lady like, do we have to? And I'm like, say less. No. Not at all. Not at all. We could keep doing what we're doing. We're good.
It was very revealing too. Even like other relationship types that you might have.
Yeah.
It revealed how close you really were to those people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And like what people really value.
Yeah.
Like the people that took the shot and then was like, "Oh, you can't come over. You didn't take that."
Yeah,
I mean, you took the shot to protect yourself and me, right? So, I mean, it's not like I don't know. Like, is it going to work for you? You know, you don't want to find out for real, but you let them. Okay, all right. Well, I'll see you in a couple months, hopefully.
Right.
Wait. Did so and so just leave there? Yeah, but they took the shot. Okay, so it's going to be y'all versus us. I don't understand. We got the same DNA, right?
It was family members like, dude, you can't come over here. We know you didn't get it. You know, you can't do that. You know, we having they, you know, start opening up a little bit. You can have, you know, groups but it has to be spaced out. Y'all can all, congregate for the, the holidays or whatever, but it got to be spaced out. Black folks like, shit, he ain't coming in my, if you don't live here, you ain't eating here. You know what I mean? It was just like, shit, we'll leave a plate on the porch.
Deep, man.
It got real deep. You know what I mean? Like
20 people at your barbecue.
That's it.
What?
That's it.
I got 4 acres. Well, that's too bad. Everybody can have 6 feet then.
There it is. There it is, man. And like you said, it exposed a lot. People who were, with the shot, people who were against the shot. People started coughing, people sneezed. You know what I mean? It was like, man, what happened, man? The motherfucker coughed 3 times. I can't be over there, man.
Then they played around with it and figured out they could go ahead and politicize it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a game changer, man. And like I said, it pitted a lot of folks, a lot of family members against each other. And, a lot of, pandemic babies were born not meeting their grandparents because, the grandparents did refuse to get the shot and all that stuff, and family members. And again, pitting family against each other because it was like, dude, you're not coming in my house. You're not meeting my kid until, that baby's immune system is up. Even though it's never going to be up because it's not exposed to anything. It's been in this fucking bubble for 2 years. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And these, like they say on TikTok, man, these damn pandemic babies are built completely different. They are built somewhat different. And we got these kids who have been isolated for 2 years, thrown back out into the masses, and was just like, okay, now adjust.
Yeah.
How does that work? Kids who were a freshman and now they coming back to school and they damn near what, a junior / senior.
It's like coming back after the Thanos snap.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Very good.
Like, how does that work? That would just think about, put yourself in that situation, man. You only had 1 year of high school. And then you come back and that's it. Yeah, I would have been fucked. A
lot of lost souls, man.
Yeah.
A lot of lost souls.
But
man, shit.
Go back.
I wonder if anybody got those relationship ultimatums about that fucking shot.
Oh
yeah.
I'm sure that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That went along with the whole polarization and politicization that I've heard. I've heard people here where I'm at. They're like, yeah, they split. What? Yeah, she's progressive and she decided to go ahead and get it. And he said, hell no. And this is why, when TURMP was in office, that's why I voted for him. He would have never went for this. She's like, well, he took it. He's like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Just, I didn't know. But you done said a whole bunch of other shit before that. Now she's like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Some people realize can't argue with crazy.
Right.
Sometimes, you know what I mean? To each his own. Is your body, but yet you sharing that kind of space and you have obligations.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say the science is there because the science is just, it's all over the place. It depends on who you want. It depends on, who you want to listen to at that time. Because the shit's still like, they don't know what the fuck is out there because every 2 weeks it's a different name.
Yep.
So I can't say the science is out there. You grab what you want. So I won't knock anybody either way because you got folks who are still on their second round of COVID with the shots and the booster, all that shit, and they still catching it.
Yeah, there's nothing you can.
There's really,
we're all fucked.
Thank you. There's really nothing you could do.
And in certain places like California, for example, they're snatching people's kids.
I heard about that, man.
There's one in Cuyahoga County. They took, they wouldn't let it. Listen, man. They use this stuff for anything they want. Let me just kind of leave it simple for now. In different places, they've used this to snatch people's kids, to remand people into custody longer, to let other people get off and go free without trial. Yeah, those are the things that aren't getting talked about often, but they're mentioned in certain media stories. You just got to look them up. You know what I mean? And it's right there.
Okay.
It's been Harry Carey in this mug, like for real.
Yeah, there was what they like called child services on somebody for not getting their child vaccinated, and then they snatched the baby.
Here we go.
You know,
here we go.
Throw a kid into the system.
Wow.
You know,
yeah, because you know everybody in the system is vaccinated. But anyway, you know, I digress. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
Every CPS worker is vaccinated.
Right, that part. Unfucking believable, man. But yeah, man, those fucking ultimatums. I didn't even think about that aspect of getting the shot, and I could see that. I could definitely see that happening.
I've heard some stories about that specifically. Yep,
that is
married couples, families. Well, you and that one got it, and you think you're better than.
Yeah,
I'm just saying we're trying to do the right thing. You're selfish. So because they said I'm selfish on the news because I don't want to stick something I don't know, and it goes,
yeah.
Y'all stay on that half of the house. Better not come in the kitchen when I come in there. You better have a mask on if I see your ass. Can you imagine?
And now, you know, during the pandemic, you got families, you know, stacking up, you know, with each other. You got 4 or 5 generations under one roof, and you're gonna have some folks who feel a certain type of way. You got the young versus the old. You know what I mean? And it's like the older folks don't want the younger folks around because they may not want to get vaccinated, or they didn't went to remember the whole pandemic or the COVID parties where kids was licking shit trying to catch it.
That's ignorant. Oh my God.
I was like, y'all that bored? Like, dude, we having a COVID party. We just gonna be licking and kissing and doing all kind of shit, man. We just need one person who was fucking infected to come to the party.
Yo, nasty ass on over here. Let me get some sugar.
And again, man, I started, you know, going back into my shell. It was like these motherfuckers are built different out here now, man. They going to a COVID party. Yeah, come on, man. I'm good. Any club, any of that bullshit, and motherfuckers out there licking on shit. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man.
All right, gentlemen. Wine of the week. 50 provinces.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes. How was it?
It was delicious and nutritious and gone. I'm back on my wine, bitches.
My man.
Good for the soul. Good for the soul, man.
My man. Shit. Let's get this motherfucking outro music in. Love it.
Get well, big dog.
Yeah, man.
Oh, painless.
Yeah,
be back soon.
Get well.
Get better soon, brother. We need you. We love you. Take care of yourself. Shout out to Cat Daddy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Down on the beach. Every day of the day. See you another week, episode 219. Please.
All right, fellas. Love y'all, man.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Peace.